These 4 golden fishing spots are perfect for fishing after autumn begins. As autumn settles in, many anglers find it challenging to catch big fish. However, if you switch to fishing in wild ditches or rivers for crucian carp, you'll discover a whole new level of enjoyment. These locations typically feature shallow water, with trees and grass lining the banks, offering a peaceful atmosphere. Most importantly, the number of crucian carp is high. Once you find the right spot, you'll be reeling them in one after another. It's far more exciting than waiting for the occasional big catch in lakes or reservoirs. But while wild rivers and ditches might all look similar, some anglers seem to fill their keep nets, while others get no bites at all. The key? Knowing the best fishing spots. Let me share with you the 4 best places for catching crucian carp in wild waters. Follow this guide, and you'll have no trouble out fishing others. 1. Plenty of fish hide under bridge piers, no baiting needed to catch them. Wild rivers often have simple bridges crossing them, with concrete or steel piers supporting them. The areas under these piers are natural fish nests for crucian carp. Every time I visit a wild river, I make it a point to head under a bridge first. If I can snag a spot under the pier, I don't have to worry about not catching fish. Why are bridge piers such a hot spot? First, the piers block the current, causing the water to slow down and trap food, grass seeds, insects, and other drifting delicacies. Second, the piers provide shade, cooling the water below, which is a favorite feature for crucian carp. Third, the mud around the piers hides snails and aquatic plant roots, all delicious to crucian carp. Last week, I fished under a bridge without even baiting the area. I hooked some red worms, and within 10 minutes, I had a bite. By the end of the morning, I had caught over 2 catties of crucian carp, all weighing over 50 grams each. A few tips: get there early to claim a spot, as these locations fill up fast. Be cautious around the piers, as the banks may be steep. It's a good idea to find a flat stone to stand on. Also, watch out for steel bars or wires around the pier, as they can easily snag your line. 2 steady bites under tree shade. Sprinkle some wine-soaked rice and watch the fish gather. Large trees with branches reaching over the water often harbor fish underneath, especially after autumn when the sun is still intense. The shaded area keeps the water a few degrees cooler, making it an ideal refuge for crucian carp. What attracts the fish here? Falling leaves and insects from the tree provide natural food for crucian carp. Over time, they get accustomed to foraging in these spots. Simply sprinkle a handful or 2 of wine-soaked rice under the tree. In less than 30 minutes, you'll start seeing fish gather. I had a great session last week under an old pagoda tree. The shade covered the water, and after scattering the wine-soaked rice, I cast an earthworm hook. I didn't even need to wait long for a bite. Every crucian carp I caught was lively and healthy, none of them small. A couple of things to consider: if the tree's branches are too low, making it difficult to cast, aim for the area near the shade and let the bait drift under it. Be gentle when casting to avoid getting your hook stuck in the branches. Also, the best bites usually come in the morning or evening. At midday, the sun can be too harsh, causing the fish to retreat into deeper water. 3 grass clumps and gaps are fish nests. Get bites as soon as you cast. Aquatic grass might look chaotic along the wild river banks, but grass clumps and their gaps are prime locations for crucian carp. These areas act as natural dining halls, where fish love to feed. Why do they love it here? Grass provides protection from predators and abundant food. Grass seeds and insects are favorites of crucian carp. Furthermore, the grass slows down the water flow, stabilizing the water temperature. After autumn, the mornings and evenings are cooler, and the grass is warmer than the open water, which is why fish flock to it. The challenge with fishing here is avoiding snags. If the grass is too dense, look for grass holes, gaps between clumps. Use a long rod with a short line to fish in these gaps. A longer rod allows you to cast into the holes, while a shorter line minimizes the chances of getting tangled in the grass. If you're using a Taiwanese rod, you'll need to practice your accuracy and avoid casting directly into the dense grass. When you hook a fish, handle it gently to avoid disturbing the grass too much. Over-disturbing the area will scare the fish away and ruin your fishing spot. 4 Fish gather near sluice gates. Bait with wine-soaked rice and watch for bites. Sluice gates are another prime location for crucian carp. These gates, particularly those with a bit of water flow, attract fish to the backwaters nearby. A simple trick? Sprinkle some wine-soaked rice, cast your rod, and get bites instantly. Why do sluice gates work so well? The water flow brings in plenty of food, plankton and small insects which crucian carp love. Moreover, the increased water flow oxygenates the water, making it more comfortable for fish, which leads to more aggressive bites. However, there are a few things to consider when fishing near sluice gates. Check the flow first. If the gate is open and the current is too strong, it will make fishing difficult. Wait until the water calms down. If the gate is closed and there's no flow, there may not be many fish around. Also, sluice gates often have rocks or debris, so be cautious when casting to avoid snagging. The water near the gate might be deeper, so adjust your float accordingly to prevent it from being swept away by the current. Conclusion: finding the right spot is key to successful fishing. Fishing for crucian carp in wild rivers after autumn can be a rewarding experience. The key is choosing the right spots. Bridge piers, tree shade, grass clumps, and sluice gates are all prime fishing locations. These spots offer abundant food, shelter, and optimal water temperatures that attract crucian carp. By fishing in these places, you'll increase your chances of continuous bites and fill your keep net with ease. Autumn's cool weather makes fishing in wild rivers even more enjoyable. No scorching sun and plenty of fish to catch. Remember, finding the right spot is more important than anything else. With a little effort, you'll experience the joy of constant bites and a successful day of fishing. About the author. I'm a self-media blogger passionate about fishing and sharing tips with fellow anglers. Follow me, and let's exchange fishing skills and discuss all aspects of wild fishing together. Give a like, save it, and follow to never miss the next update.